Are you looking for a free platform to collaborate on your API? Let's discover Hoppscotch, a free open source alternative to Postman and Insomnia. Build your API confidently with your team with workspaces, access level roles, environments, and history. It's built for developers and support REST, GraphQL API as well as Realtime like WebSockets. To start using Hoppscotch, you can use their cloud version for free without any restrictions. You can self-deploy it by following their self-hosted guide on their documentation, or you can use a platform like ours, Elestio, to deploy it seamlessly on your server or the cloud provider of your choice. We handle the installation, backups, updates, and ongoing maintenance for you. To start using Hoppscotch on our platform, head to ls.io and click on Login. Then deploy my first service. In the search bar, type Hoppscotch and select. You can choose between different cloud providers, regions, and service plans based on your need. Then click on Next. From there, you can adjust more advanced settings and choose between the different level of support. The first one is free and included by default. Once you're all set, hit the Create Service button. Once the installation is finished, you will receive this email telling you that your instance is now ready. Follow the click here to get the password link. With Hoppscotch, you have two things: the admin panel, we will start with it, and the web UI, we will see it later. First, let's get our password and open the admin UI panel. Because this is the first time we launch it, we have an onboarding to set up our instance. Let's start the onboarding. And to authenticate your users, you have two selections possible: OAuth and Smtp. If you choose OAuth, you will need to set up providers like Google, GitHub, and Microsoft, which require you some credentials. And with Smtp, when you install it with Elestio, you have everything provided by default. So for the moment, let's check both. And just know that if you want to integrate one OAuth provider, let's say Google, they will require my client ID, client secret. They don't provide a direct link to the documentation, but you have to Google for it. And you will need to follow the different steps from their guides to get your credentials. Once you have them, you copy-paste them in the right section. But let's disable OAuth and we will use the SMTP one. In the email that you received, you can see the instructions here on how to set up with SMTP. So we need to choose custom SMTP configuration, which is here, custom configs. And we have the details here, which is located in the environment of our instance, but we don't have the password inside the email. So let's follow the step to get access to the environment. With Elestio, you go to software, update config. You can update the Docker compose file. But what we want to look at is the environment variables, and we simply take the variables here in the SMTP. Let's take username, paste it here, and the host port will be 25, paste it, 25. Username is the same than sender email, so we just take the password. We paste the password, copy paste the user, and save auth config. Alright, setup complete, it's restarting the server. Okay, it restarted. Continue with email. Type your email and send magic link. Here it is, sign in to Hoppscotch. Now I'm signed in. Do I want to share data? No. Do I want newsletter? No. And continue to dashboard. We arrive on the administration dashboard of Hoppscotch with key metrics with the number of users, workspaces, requests, and collections. Before starting using the platform, what we can do is create our workspace. Create workspace. I will type my email. It's auto-selectable, so all the users available, you can select one for the owner. And then I will type Elestio, create workspace. Once you have done it, you can invite different users to your Hoppscotch instance. Simply go to users, invite users, type their email address, and then you can grant them or discard them the admin status. All right, our instance is ready. Let's open the platform. Go to Web UI, display Web UI, and follow the URL. We arrive on a Postman-like interface to run and test our APIs to run requests. The first thing you want to do is, if you created a workspace, instead to stay to personal, which is linked to your account only, you switch to the one you created, here Elestio. If you are already using tools for it, you can use the import button, and the list is quite exhaustive. You have Postman, Insomnia, OpenAPI, a lot of options to not start from scratch. Otherwise, you simply press Add New. I have a chatbot project, so let's name it Chatbot. Save, it will create a collection. And inside, I want to create my first request. So here it is, new request, it will be chat. Save. So now it opened another tab linked to my collection in my workspace. First, I can run the sample request and they have here. It's a GET request, echo on Hoppscotch, and it gives me an answer. Okay, I will replace it with my endpoint. Here is the whole URL. It's a post request. Then I can set the body contents. It's in JSON here. I paste it. I need to expand for better visibility. You have many options for the content. For example, the Prettify here. You can add headers, authorization, anything you need to make your request. Okay, let's try it, send. And we have the response from the API, hello, and it's in the right format for my project. Okay, we can save it and it's updated accordingly on the right. But currently I'm doing something that is not the best. I'm writing the whole URL here, which makes it complicated if I have different environments such as development, production, or staging. What I can do is set as variable, name it base URL. You choose the scope. It can be a workspace environment or a personal environment or global. Because we didn't create any of them, we are not able to store it in a sub-environment. So let's save it for now. And it did nothing. So I guess first we need to create the environment. Let's create a new one. Chatbot env. Variables inside we set our base URL. Here we set the value. We save. So now we can choose our environment, chatbot environment. If we have other ones, we can switch easily. But because I made it in the wrong order, here I will need to type it manually. To know how the syntax work, you can check their documentation. So it's this, less than symbol 2 times the variable name and greater than. Okay, so for me it's base URL. Okay, and I can try it, send. You can see it simplify a lot the requests, and we have variables we can change with the environment, and it's still working perfectly. Don't forget to save once you are happy with your changes. Once saved, you won't see the dot anymore, so if I do any modification, I have the dot. But no worries if you forgot to save, because here you have the history tab, and inside you can see all the requests that you have done with all the parameters. So if you click on it, it will open a new tab with the URL, the parameter field. So if you forgot something, you can just find it in the history and save it. Nothing is lost. You also have a nice share feature here, share the requests, add new. You have an embed feature to provide an API playground on your website, or you can create a button, run in Hoppscotch. Let's say you have a backend script that require, for example, a secure key. You can make it in a request in your Hoppscotch instance, only you have access to it. Embed your button somewhere on your website, and people can use it without knowing the parameters to use. And last, you can create a link that will do the request. Okay. By default, the interface we are using is the one for REST API, but it works also with GraphQL ones, and Realtime, which is for WebSocket, SSE, Socket.io, and MQTT. As our account is an administrator, on the top right, you can also invite other users and give them the appropriate roles. In the preferences, here, settings, you can change the language and customize the theme of Hoppscotch, switching to dark mode and changing the main theme color. If you prefer than using the web app version that we are using so far, you have a Mac, Windows and Linux clients available. And as always, I highly recommend you to look at the documentation to discover features that I didn't present in the video, or to check if specific use cases you have can be achieved with the help of Hoppscotch. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering Hoppscotch with us. Please hit the like button to help our channel be more visible to other open source lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss our next platform overviews. If you want to continue your open source journey, watch this video, available here.